There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us live on Arklahomepage.com. This is Muldrow Lady Bulldogs basketball. Clint Davis and Michael Mendoza with you. We're getting our starting lineups. Paige Hughes, Taylon Collins, Hannah Boyette, Maddie Chambers, and Chaylin Mays. That's going to be your starting five for your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, as always. And, Michael, guess what I learned? The roster that we got, no numbers on it. So that's not going to be able to use that tonight. I'm hoping that I can remember who all these girls are. Number 5, Julia Bruner coming out. Number 4, Jessie Sanchez just came out. Kaylin Livers making her way out to the floor for Stilwell. And our last one is Kinley Soap making her way out for the Stilwell Lady Indians. That's going to be your starting lineup for them. And I think we're about ready to go. Going to get supercharged here for a tip-off coming momentarily. Michael, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, Clint. It's good to be back.
Yeah, we were off the air for a little bit. You've been off since last year.
Yes, I have. Yep. Because I was unable to go to the Tournament of Champions, unfortunately. Look, I think I missed some good ball up there.
Yeah.
I missed the game in Oklahoma City due to work. You know, responsibilities, bills, they never stop.
That's right. Here's the tip. Taylon Collins owns it over to Hannah Boyette. And Muldrow Lady Bulldogs basketball is underway. Live in Stilwell, Oklahoma. There's a pass under the basket. It's going to be picked off by Stilwell. Still having problems. The Lady Bulldogs are on that first possession. There's a shot for 3 by Stilwell. No good. And Taylon Collins lets that one roll out of bounds. And your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs will have the ball back. Folks, if you're listening to us live, we want to say thank you. We also want to remind you, please share this link on Facebook if you're on it. That way everybody's got a chance to listen live. Taylon Collins having problems in the backcourt, though, over to Boyette, down to Chambers and down to Mays. And Chaylin Mays could not put one in. They have put us up in the crow's nest, so this corner down here underneath us, we cannot see that. There is a steal by Chaylin Mays, and they're going to call her for a travel. Chaylin was on her way down. We want to say thank you to Precision Paintworks in Muldrow at 109-456 North Highway 64B. We want to say thanks to Brandon and the entire Hutchins family. Give Brandon a call at 427-6179. That's Precision Paintworks. Inbound by Stilwell. They're over on the right side of the wing, top of the key, over to the left now. And a bounce pass down low and a turnaround shot up is no good. Rebound Taylon Collins. Taylon bringing it on down by herself. She's going to drive it in. Left-handed layup. No good. Lady Bulldogs and Lady Indians both still unable to get on the board. There's a pass down low for Stilwell. That should have been an easy 2 points. There's a shot for 3 by Stilwell. That's no good. Rebound Hannah Boyette. A baseball pass all the way down to Maddie Chambers. Left-handed layup. Good. And your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs have the first 2 points of the ball game.
That was a beautiful pass.
That was just pure basketball. That was ball movement. And there is a 3-ball made by Julia Bruner, number 5 for Stilwell.
If my memory serves me correctly, number 5 for Stilwell was the one that shot pretty good. I think she had 11 points when they came to Muldrow.
Pretty sure, yeah. She was definitely good last year.
Turnover.
And there is a turnover by Taylon Collins down low. Lady Indians going to bring it back up. Pass over to the left-hand side. Shot for 3 Indians. No good. And a rebound, Paige Hughes. That's a good box-out move there. Paige Hughes bringing the ball down the floor by herself. Top of the key over to the right side. Hannah Boyette.
Looks like the Stilwell Lady Indians are going to live on the 3 tonight.
I think so. That's going to be their only hope for beating these Muldrow Lady Bulldogs. Boyette down to Mays. Mays skip pass. Almost picked off Paige Hughes. Down to Chambers.
Taylon Collins got it with the shot up, and she misses.
Boy, Taylon's way off tonight. I don't know what's going on with Taylon, but she's going to have to find her groove. It's been since Saturday night since they've played. And we've got Paige Hughes going to get whistled for that foul. 5.5 minutes left, first quarter. And we're going to have the Stilwell Lady Indians out of bounds. There's an inbound pass. She's going to get hacked over the back by Chelsea Passage. Chelsea's in the game now. Chaylin Mays came out, so we've got Passage and Hughes, Boyette, Chambers, and Collins, but we've also got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take it with them. We'll be right back. We're going to bring you back in live We are in Stilwell, Arklahomepage.com. We've got the buzzer right up here by us. We're going to have a Stilwell Lady Indians basketball out of bounds. And there's an inbound pass up to the high post. Bruner going to work her way around. She's getting double teamed. She throws it out to the three-point line. And the Stilwell Lady Indians getting reset on offense.
That was good defense right there by Muldrow, double teaming that and stopping that cut to the middle. She was
bet.
right there wide open.
Yeah, and they knew Bruner was going to try to take it in, and she usually works in the paint. There's a drive inside and a shot up, no good for Stilwell. Rebound, Hannah Boyette. Hannah's looking all over left and right on the floor, and she brings it down right side over to Passage. Skip pass back to Boyette. Paige Hughes back over to Chambers down in the bottom right corner. And a pass picked off by Stilwell. And there is a layup, 2 points in and good. Stilwell leads this game 5-2. And the Lady Bulldogs having a lot of trouble. Taylon Collins.
Turnover.
Another turnover for Taylon.
You know, that second shot, or that shot while ago, was the first field goal that Stilwell's attempt. Everything's been a three from there.
You bet. Inside the three-point line, not too many shots being taken now. Stilwell had chance for points there, but there's a three instead. Oh, my gosh. Number 21, Kaylin Livers, buries one, and your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs are down by 6 points. Michael, it's worth the fact that we have to note that last year this is the exact same game that the Lady Bulldogs came in and got beat. Second loss of the season for them.
That's what we were talking about.
And so it's just going to be hard push to the basket, hard push down the floor all night long. Nothing is going to be easy for these Lady Bulldogs.
Well, one thing I've noticed, excuse me, Stilwell, whenever they came to Muldrow, they were playing kind of slow, trying to run their tempo of a game. But this game, they've game planned for Muldrow, and they're coming out playing quick, moving the ball in a hurry, and taking quick shots.
Yep, that's what they've got to do because this tempo by these Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, that's too fast. McCloria and Mariah Jenkins in the game now. Taylon Collins loses the ball again. As she maintains possession over to Mariah Jenkins. Mariah with a drive and a shot up, no good. But Mariah does get fouled on the shot. And it does not look like they're going to call that on the shot. They're going to call that a foul on the floor before the shot.
Another turnover.
Another turnover for the Lady Bulldogs here, and there's another shot for three. That's in, and the Lady Indians are up 11-2. Here's Taylon Collins, pulls up for a jump shot, no good. And a rebound by Stilwell.
Muldrow is 1 for 6 on field goals.
Oh.
With 6 turnovers.
They're not going to be able to do any damage in this ball game like that. That was a foul over the back on Mariah Jenkins. And Stilwell has an 8-point lead. Sorry, a 9-point lead. And the ball back. Here comes Stilwell. They're inbound now. Moving the ball up the floor. That might go out of bounds. No, it's saved by Stilwell. And a pass is blocked by Hannah Boyette. That ball goes out of bounds, and it belongs to Muldrow. 3:01 left in this first quarter. And Stilwell Lady Indians lead 11-2. Passage bringing the ball up the floor over to the right side. She's going to pass it up to Jenkins, down low to Vega. Vega goes up strong and gets fouled on that shot. And Lily Vega going to the line for 2 free throws. We also want to say thank you to Mazzio's Pizza in Roland. That's the home of your Tuesday night buffet. Call 427-9999 and get in the game with Mazzio's right now. There's Lily Vega. First free throw up is no good. And she wanted that back right after she shot it. So Lady Bulldogs down 11-2. Lily Vega at the line. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound Jenkins. Mariah Jenkins with a rebound and a putback. 11-4. 2 points on the board for the Lady Bulldogs. Stilwell with the basketball now, bringing it up top of the key. She's looking to drive. And Jenkins not having it. There's a pass, high post. Pass back out to the three-point line. Shot for three is no good. Rebound, Hannah Boyette. Lady Bulldogs making their way back down to this end. Hannah drives in, gives it to Jenkins. Jenkins baseline, bounce pass, shot up is no good.
Where was the foul?
Looking for one.
She was all over her back there.
And Stilwell with the ball now, left-hand side. Going back to the top of the key. They're going to reset this offense. McCloria trying not to use that elbow. There's a bounce pass down low, back out to the three-point line. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Lily Vega. Hannah Boyette bringing the ball up the right side of the floor now. And there's a bounce pass down to Vega, but it's picked up and thrown up. Who was that, Mike?
Number 22.
So Alicia McCloria. It's hard for us to see, folks. We've got a crow's nest up here.
Went blank, sorry.
And McClory with a shot up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Stilwell with it back now. And Stilwell with 1:45 left in the first. They're still up 11-4. McClory with a picked off pass. And Mariah Jenkins with it now. Bounce pass, I'm sorry. A pass over to Lily Vega. Lily got tripped under the basket. And they are going to call that on the floor before the shot.
The Lady Bulldogs.
She was fouled going up for the shot.
The Lady Bulldogs here need to just calm down, regain composure.
Hannah Boyette for three. That was an inbound pass. And Hannah Boyette put it up from the top of the key. So 3 more points on the board for the Lady Bulldogs. 11-7 is the score now with 1:23 left in the first quarter. I also want to say a big thank you to the official Primetime Barbershop at 4620 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. You can visit our website, click on the Primetime ad, and book your appointments. I want to say thanks to Marvin and Stephen Doe and everybody out there at Primetime Barbershop. There's a shot for three by Stilwell, no good. Rebound, Lily Vega.
Huge shout out to Doe. Do you see this?
Yeah, dude, he fixed you up big time the other day. There's a bounce pass down low, and Mariah Jenkins with 2 more points in. And just like that, it's a 2-point ball game. Your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs not wanting to get too far behind in this one. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. And Bruner almost took too many steps. And there's Mariah Jenkins. She's going to pick off that pass and go on in for a left-handed layup. 2 points in for Mariah Jenkins, and it's a tie ball game, 11-11. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs on fire in the end of this first quarter. Here's Stilwell with the inbound pass, 22 seconds left. They're going to move the ball up the floor. Mink is trying to do something with it. There's a pass over to Livers, and she drives in and turns it over to Hannah Boyette. Hannah charging down the floor. She moves right, moves back left, bounce pass down to Lily Vega, gets picked off. And here comes Bruner back down the floor. And a shot up is no good. There was a foul before that. That's going to be on Alicia McCloria. Foul on Tutu Red.
Lady Bulldogs have settled down and started playing their game at their pace. Stilwell just couldn't get enough of them.
They're not going to be able to keep up. Yeah, it's going to be a hard game for them to keep up with. If these Lady Bulldogs stay on a tear like this, I mean, we've got our starters back in with the addition of Passage and Jenkins. We've got Taylon Collins on the floor, Hannah Boyette.
Did you see that?
And Maddie Chambers. Didn't see what happened.
Nobody from Stilwell knew it was their ball. Referees set it down, started counting. Girl comes over from Stilwell, tries to grab the ball, dribbles it inbounds, and it's a turnover.
Unbelievable. Here's Hannah Boyette with a baseball shot, and that is no good. Hannah Boyette almost sunk one. We're going to take a break into the first quarter. Tie ball game 11-11, Arklahomepage.com. We'll be right back. And since the buzzer went off, we're going to bring it back in live, Arklahomepage.com. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs basketball. My name's Clint Davis. Michael Mendoza over here adding up stats. To my right, we want to say another big thank you to Precision Paintworks in Muldrow at 109-456 North Highway 64B. Call Brandon Hutchins at 427-6179. Also the official Primetime Barbershop again, 4620 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. And Mazzios in Roland. Want to say a big thank you to Kim and Wesley and everybody else. I'll make my way around to talk to the rest of you one of these days, I'm sure. We want to say a big thank you to Mazzios and all they do for us. Here's the inbound pass, Stilwell. Second quarter being kicked off now. And there is a pass picked off by Passage, and a pass up to Taylon Collins gets picked off. And everybody having a hard time getting around. That's going to be red ball knocked out of bounds by Kaylin Livers, number 21 for Stilwell.
And if you haven't been to Mazzios and talked to Miss Kim and get one of them salads, you're missing out.
Yeah, that salad bar is the best part about that place. Well, besides the wings. There's a shot up under the basket. Taylon Collins, no good.
Or a Wesley special pizza. Let
That's
him
true.
just go crazy.
Yes. And Stilwell trying to move the ball around, but she is going to get fouled. That's number 1, Macy Sawney with the basketball. Passage getting whistled and announced for the foul. And Stilwell going to have it. They're going to break out of formation, and with the inbound pass here to Livers, 7:20 left in the first half. 11-11 is still the score. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs had a hard time getting going. There's a shot for 3 by Stilwell, no good. Rebound, Hannah Boyette. Hannah looking up the floor, always reading up the floor. There's a pass over to Passage, and Passage is going to give it back up to Hannah. Shot for 3, good. Hannah Boyette with the money ball. And the Lady Bulldogs, 14-11. With the exception of 2-0 in the first points of the game, this is the first time Muldrow has had the lead. And we've got timeout Stilwell. We're going to take a break with them. We're going to hear from Roland Family Dental and Braces. Thanks you, Dr. Sparkman. We'll be right back. And we're going to bring it back in live since they already hit the buzzer once. I think we're going to get it again. There it is. That's pretty good timing. 6:50 left on the clock, second quarter. My name is Clint Davis. Michael Mendoza with me on Arklahomepage.com. And we have a ton of people listening online. We want to say thank you to every one of you guys. Our live link is always sponsored by Precision Paintworks. And we want to thank the Hutchins family. Here we go. Inbound pass from Stilwell, and it's picked off by Hannah Boyette. And Hannah gives it up to Maddie Chambers.
Turnover.
And we've got another turnover. Golly, this corner down here is killing us.
Walk.
And we've got a travel there by Stilwell. Michael's getting excited.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm just sitting here into the game. I know you can't
Walk.
see right there, so I'm just kind of giving you subtle hints on what happened. That way
I
You
understand.
can
Hey,
broadcast it.
subtle hints. That's what I need in my life. There's an inbound pass from Passage over to Boyette. And Boyette over to Madison Chambers. And Boyette again, she almost pulled the trigger on a 3, but there's a jump shot good for 2 by Hannah Boyette. And another 2 points on the board for the Lady Bulldogs, makes it 16-11. And Stilwell trying to move the ball up the floor. Stilwell is feeling the pressure now. They understand Muldrow means business. I don't think they want any.
The scoreboard turned quick from 8 to 2.
Yeah, it did. 6:11 left. We've got a foul over on the far end of the court. 21, that's going to be Hannah B. And that is already, man, that is horrible time for 17 fouls. We are just in the beginning 2 minutes of the second quarter, and Stilwell gets to go to the free throw line at will here. So 21, Kaylin Livers at the free throw line. Shot up, no good. And a rebound by Taylon Collins after he gets tipped around a few times. Taylon drives in, and a shot up is no good, but Taylon does draw the foul. And Taylon Collins going to the line for 2 shots. Everybody going to get set up. Shot up is no good. Taylon Collins, first free throw missed. Taylon struggling tonight. And a second free throw on the way. And that is good. It rattles around the rim and finally drops. And another point on the board for the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Well, there's a ball lost out of bounds. Oh, we got some unhappy fans. We're going to see where this ball is going to go. And that is going to be Stilwell basketball. And the Muldrow fans erupting. Stillwell lost that ball. I mean, look, we've got a great angle up here. We can see we're over everybody. We can see everything. And it looked like Mink for Stilwell lost the ball between her legs out of bounds. And now we've got a foul on Taylon Collins. And that poor referee, he signaled number 41. But Taylon Collins is 14, so we'll let him figure out his left from his right, and we'll deal with it in the meantime. Posage coming out of the game. Paige Hughes checking back in. And now we've got Jalen Mays checking into the ball game. Mariah Jenkins going to go have a seat. And they don't even have Taylon Collins up on the board over there on the scoreboard. And another shot missed by Stilwell, but they've got their own rebound. Out on the right side now, back up to the top of the key. Stilwell looking for some points. Muldrow playing some heavy defense. Not a lot of movement down around the basket either. And over to the left side now on the wing, back to the top of the key with a drive down the middle, and a shot up is no good. Rebound Taylon Collins. And Taylon bringing the ball down the floor. She's over on the right-hand side of the basket, dribbles to the middle and gets the ball knocked away. And we're going to have a tie-up in the middle of the floor. Luckily, that did not turn into another Taylon Collins turnover. Luckily, we're going to keep this. After the tie-up, there's the inbound pass over to Hannah Boyette. Maddie Chambers over on the right side now. Top of the key, Boyette back to Paige Hughes.
Collins took too many steps there.
Then Taylon with the travel. So we're still trying to find our groove here. 5:02 left, second quarter. She'll hit it. And she's one of the most sought-after high school players in the entire country right now. And something tells me she knows when to push the go button. There's a picked-off pass by Chambers down to Boyette. There's going to be a foul on the floor. Hannah trying to go up for a shot, but there was a foul first.
Well, Muldrow's struggling, but the scoreboard doesn't show it.
No, the scoreboard definitely doesn't show it. If the Lady Bulldogs had played good defense.
Beautiful pass in right there with the sky pass to Taylon Collins with the bucket.
Yep, 2 more points in, 19-11. If the Lady Bulldogs had played better defense in the first quarter, you wouldn't be able to tell they were struggling.
That was
Taylon
a nice
Collins,
block.
yeah, definitely with a rebound there and a drive down low and a right-handed layup in and good. Taylon finding her groove, I believe. We're going to have a timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back. And we're going to bring it back in live after the buzzer there. 4:31 left in the second quarter. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs started out very rough, and they have come back to a 21-11 lead. And the band is not very active tonight. I noticed they're set up on the platform. They've got a drum corps up there, and that's about it. We don't have a whole lot of action. Inbound pass by Stilwell. Lady Indians going to have the ball to start this out after the timeout. And, boy, we've got a big carry on that one, but they're not going to blow the whistle. That's okay. We're in Stilwell. And the ovens are on because the home cooking's good. And there's a pass over to the left side. And a shot for three is just almost an air ball if it hadn't have been for that big backboard up there. And we've got a travel now. That's going to be Mink for the Stilwell Lady Indians. We're going to have Paige Hughes out of bounds, number 3. That's Paige.
Stilwell Lady Indians, complete turnaround from the first quarter. 6 turnovers, no points.
Unbelievable. Pass over to Paige Hughes. And over to Boyette, back over to Paige Hughes. Top of the key over to the right side to Maddie Chambers. And Maddie with a pick from Taylon Collins is going to dribble around, and a shot for 3.
Good.
Hannah Boyette with another 3 points in. 24-11 is the score. You know, Michael, I'm worried about Stilwell because they took Roland to the limit. Roland's girls, they took them over to overtime on Tuesday night. I was a little bit scared. 19-0 run is what Chase Howard is keeping up with here. And we've got a foul down low. That's going to be on 33, Jalen Mays. And so we're going to have number 22, Kinley Soap. She is a 5'10" guard. I mean, she's 5'10", but she can shoot lights out from the three-point line if she wants to. And so 3:22 left in the second quarter. We've got free throw shots on the way. There's a shot up, front end of the 1-and-1 is good. And that finally bounced in. We got enough bounces off of the rim on that one. We're going to line up for the second. And the back end of the 1-and-1 is up and good. 24-13 is your score now. 3:20 left. Hannah Boyette with it over to the right side. Picked off in front of Paige Hughes. And a drive down to the bucket, gets pulled back out to the three-point line. There's a big shot for three by Bruner, no good. And that ball is going to be knocked out of bounds by Maddie Chambers, and it's going to stick with Stilwell.
That was the NBA range.
Yeah, that's Bruner. I don't know why she's taking shots like that. I mean, I guess she feels a little bit threatened. If you start to get close to the paint on these Lady Bulldogs, they're going to fight you. And there was almost a completely open lane over on that right-hand side, but Hannah Boyette playing good enough defense. And there's a pick. And nobody doing anything on that pick. I don't know how you can. Why don't you pick and roll? Bruner needs to roll back to the other side of the basket. There's a shot up, no good. And Chaylin Mays with the rebound over to Hannah Boyette. Hannah's going to roll it back up the court over to the left-hand side, and there's a loose ball foul, looks like.
Number 33 for both teams got tangled up there.
That's unbelievable. Sydney Chaplin is number 33. She is also 5'10". There's some big girls on this team, not quite 6 feet tall. But we're going to see a new wave of red come in. Mariah Jenkins, Lily Vega. And there's one more down underneath the basket. And as soon as we can get them back out, we'll announce who they are. There's Taylon Collins off the inbound pass, jump shot, no good. Rebound by Stilwell. And you've got Alicia McClory in the ball game. There's a pass all the way down the other side of the floor. Taylon Collins, no good on the block. 2 points in for Stilwell. Postage with the ball now. 24-15 is your Muldrow score, and the lead over Stilwell. 2:10 left, second quarter.
Down in the corner. Pass out.
And McClory is going to bring it back around top of the key. She wanted to reset that over to Jenkins. Skip pass back over to the left side, and a pass down low to Vega. Back out to Postage. And Collins gets it taken away again. And, Michael, I think what we can gather out of this is everybody has made Taylon Collins a target. I think every team we face, I mean, we've seen all kinds of pressure put on Taylon in the past, but this is the most pressure I've ever seen any team put on Taylon Collins.
Oh, that's absolutely correct. I've seen more double teams tonight. I've seen them actually going right at Taylon, trying to get her to commit fouls. I mean, they're doing whatever they got to do to just get her out of her game.
Yeah, they're trying to poke the bear. They want her in foul trouble. And there is a shot up. They still don't have Taylon up on the board over there. I don't think they're switching up on the point totals. We've got Hannah Boyette in. She's got 11 points. And there is a missed free throw. Rebound, Taylon Collins. And Taylon had a hard time hanging on to that one, but she does. Over to McCloria. Down to Vega.
I think those are fouls on the scoreboard.
No, we got 11. We got points over on the right side. We got the player on the left with the number of fouls in the middle.
I see it.
But I'm going to tell you something. They're putting a lot of pressure. Hey, Stilwell, look, they're a local team. You know, when we go to tournaments, we play big teams that are not from here. They don't know. They don't know what our girls are capable of. But this Stilwell team, they understand what's going on. And Muldrow with another missed free throw. Stilwell with a timeout. We're going to take it with them, and we'll be right back. And we're going to go ahead and bring it back in live. We've got a couple of minutes left here in the second quarter. Into the first half is coming. 1 minute, 26 seconds. That's all we've got on the board. And we're going to try to find a good level volume here. I think that's about it. Stilwell Lady Indians are down. It is 24-16. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs with the lead. Inbound pass here by Stilwell. It's going to be over to Mink in the backcourt. She's guarded by Taylon Collins. And occasionally Alicia McCloria. There's a pass over to the left side. Down low to Bruner with a turnaround jumper, and that's no good. But Bruner does draw the foul. We're going to see who that's on. Yep, it's going to be on 43, Lily Vega. Lily with her second foul of the ball game. Shot up by Bruner. No good from the free throw line. I'm going to tell you something, Michael. I think you can notice this too. Muldrow getting very lucky by the fact that Stilwell is having trouble from the free throw line. This could be a much closer game. There's another miss by Bruner. And the score remains 24-16, so 2 free point opportunities. And you can't take, I mean, what do you do with free points, man? I just would stick them in my back pocket and save them for later if they're free. But Stilwell unable to capitalize. There's an out of bounds. Chelsea Passage with it now. She's going to throw it back in to McCloria. McCloria back over to Passage, over to Mariah Jenkins, left-hand side. And I'm waiting for McCloria to open up in this game. There's Passage with a shot for 3. That's no good. I was hoping that would hit more off the backboard. That would have slid right in. 50 seconds left now. Clock underneath the minute. Clicking, ticking. And Bruner down low with a turnaround jumper. Shot no good. Lily Vega with her 3rd foul of the ball game. And we're going to have to get Lily out. And Lily, we're going to need Lily later on in the ball game because she's a pretty powerful force under the basket. And she's got 3 fouls right now. That puts Muldrow at 10 team fouls. So this is going to be 2 shots here regardless. And the first free throw is in and good. Stilwell trying to shrink this lead before halftime, 24-17 now. And I believe we're going to have stats at the break. There's a shot up by Bruner, another one from the free throw line. And 18-24, that's your score. 35 seconds left. Pass down low to Collins. 2 points. No, it's another missed shot. That's unbelievable. I got a little too excited about that. That's why you got to let it drop first. And there is Stilwell wide open under the basket, 2 points in. It's a 4-point ball game, 24-20. Passage with the ball now down into the corner. And Hannah Boyette is going to bring it back around top of the key. 9 seconds left. Lady Bulldogs want the last shot. Passage over to out of bounds. That was tipped with 2.7 seconds left. This is going to have to be quick under the basket. See, that's why I could tell that Coach Armour, that look on Coach Armour's face, when you've got that little bit of time left, you can't make bad passes when you're trying to get the last point. Here comes the inbound to Talon, and that's touched and turned over. Bruner with a shot up at the last second. Muldrow going to have to clean up these turnovers, folks. It's not looking good at this point. As far as strategy goes, as far as fundamental goes, Muldrow struggling 24-20. Muldrow does have a 4-point lead over Stilwell. We've got 10 minutes on the halftime clock. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our halftime stats presented by Boyette Farms. And we're going to go ahead and bring it back in. Live halftime. We've got an 8:40 left on the clock here. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs with a 4-point lead, 24-20. We want to say another big thank you to Precision Paintworks at 109-456 North Highway 64B in Muldrow. Also the official primetime barbershop at 4620 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. And Mazzio's Pizza, home of your Tuesday night buffet in Roland. Call 427-9999. And get in the game with Mazzio's today. Michael, I feel good, man. We got halftime stats here by Boyette Farms. We want to say thank you to the Boyette family and every single thing they do to help keep this broadcast on the air with 8 minutes left and a 4-point lead. Michael, what do we have for stats?
Well, tonight you got your Stilwell Indians started this game off kind of like they did last year after the break. They came out playing their pace of game, playing how they wanted to play, controlling every aspect. Offense, defense, rebounds, turnovers. Turnovers galore. Stilwell was able to force 7 turnovers in the first quarter alone.
Man.
Talking about the first half total, Stilwell has forced the Lady Bulldogs to turn the ball over 13 times. It is not looking good.
That's not a good number.
No, it is not. Muldrow, on the other hand, came out shooting kind of rough to start. Shot 50% from three-point line in the first quarter. As a total, in the second half, shot a little bit better, averaging 60% now for the night.
Yeah.
Stilwell, as I told you earlier, was going to live and die by the 3 tonight. Started out pretty solid from behind the three-point line, but they ended up with a 33% total as of right now through the first 2 quarters. Stilwell also, the Lady Bulldogs have forced 10 turnovers there. Then you're inside your three-point line was your field goals. The Lady Bulldogs, 38% in the first quarter. Not looking too good there, but we were able to end with an 11-11 tie there. And then, shot a little bit better in the second quarter for a total of 45%. Stilwell not taking very many field goals at all. Shot 36% in the first quarter for a total of, with the second quarter only making 2 shots, 27%.
Yeah.
Again, number 5 for Stilwell, Buhner, leading the way tonight with 7 of their points. Or no, I'm sorry. Is second tonight with 7 of their points. And then number 21, can't remember her name.
That's Kaylin Livers.
She's the one that's doing a lot of damage.
She's potent.
She's the one that, as I was saying earlier, is catching the ball real quick, putting a shot up, knocking threes down, no dribbles. Kind of like James Harden's stat. Has 115 points without a single dribble. She's got 10 points tonight with no dribbles.
That's unbelievable. Well, when you leave people down underneath the basket in the paint, I'll tell you something. The key to the game here, and this is why Muldrow got behind so quick, these Lady Bulldogs have got to understand that their strategy is going to be everybody else's strategy. And if Muldrow, if the Lady Bulldogs come out every game putting double pressure on everybody in the backcourt, they're running a full court press, they have to expect everybody to do the same thing to them.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, they're the number 1 team in 4A. They're the number 4 team in the entire state of Oklahoma in basketball, and we don't need to tell them that. That's why they're not listening live in the locker room. But it's important that we know that stuff because other people know that stuff and other people are going to take advantage of that. So, when we come to somebody else's house, they don't want to get drilled at home. They want to put up a good fight. That's what the Stilwell Lady Indians from the get-go have come out. Now, are we going to see a full court pressure in the boys' game from Stilwell? No, because obviously our boys, not number 1 in the state, there's not as big of a target on their back. But we're going to see that with Muldrow. These Lady Bulldogs have got to understand that every single time. And then when they come out playing, they won't play crackerjack ball like they did earlier. They won't get down 11-2. It won't be, such a deficit from the get-go. So I think that's going to be our key to the game if these Lady Bulldogs can come out in the second half and they can understand that they're going to get played as hard as they play everybody else. And Stilwell is most definitely the team to create an upset. And if they could waltz into Muldrow last year and do it, they can certainly do it at home. So we want to give another special thank you to Boyette Farms and the Boyette family for everything they do for this broadcast. Also Precision Paintworks, the official for Primetime Barbershop, and Mazzio's Pizza. We also want to say thank you again to you guys have heard these ads running. Liz Moffitt with O'Neill Real Estate, Roland Family Dental and Braces, and Sparkman Animal Clinic, both Dr. Sparkmans, respectively, at each of those. The Chicken Store in Roland, the Roland Chicken Store, that's the McDonald family. We want to say thank you to them. Also, Dustin and everybody out at the Tire Squad in Roland, and Patrick and Amber with Plank's Tree Service, and Window World. We want to say another big thank you to Window World, also to the Collins kids for doing our intro here, and as well to Rylan Walters for voicing our Window World commercial, and Bryson Limor for doing our Liz Moffitt commercial. We are going to play a little bit of music. We've got 3:10 left on the clock. We are going to take a break, and pretty sure we can find something to throw up on here. But we'll be right back on Arklahomepage.com with more Muldrow Lady Bulldogs basketball. All right, folks, we're going to bring it back in live on Arklahomepage.com. Clint Davis with you. I think Michael is on his way back up here. We're going to have an out-of-bounds pass, 8 minutes fresh on the second half clock, third quarter. And Stilwell with the inbound, stolen by Hannah Boyette. Hannah's on a fast break on her own, layup in and good. And 2 points on the board for the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, and they have come out of the gate not playing games. And Stilwell with the inbound pass, full court pressure here by Muldrow. They're able to get it past half court. The Stilwell Lady Indians trying to move the ball around and have something good go their way. Ball back up at the top of the key. And over to the right side now. That's going to be Soap with the ball. She's going to give it off to Bruner. Bruner almost loses it. Back to Soap on the three-point line. That's no good. Yeah, but it is rebounded by Chaylin Mays over to Hannah Boyette. Lady Bulldogs bringing the ball up the floor now. Down into the corner, Paige Hughes looking for somebody down low. A good bounce pass to Taylon Collins would probably work wonders, but there's one to Chaylin Mays. And a turnaround jumper is good. Another 2 points, 28-20. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs with an 8-point lead now, 6:56 left in this third quarter. And Stilwell with the ball back down on their end of the floor. And a pass over to the right side goes directly out of bounds, knocked away by nobody, and that's going to be Muldrow Lady Bulldogs basketball. What do you think about what you're seeing so far, Mike?
To be a fly on the wall during that halftime speech that Coach Armour gave.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would have been.
I think there was some straightening up going on.
Yeah, straightening out, I think, was the problem. Taylon Collins over to Hannah Boyette now with a bullet pass. It looks like we've got some emotions in this game. There's an alley-oop to Collins and a reverse layup. Good. And it looks like they're using their powers for good right now. We've got another picked off pass by Paige Hughes over to Hannah Boyette. Down low to Chambers with a beautiful drop-in shot. Beautiful 2 points. And that is going to count by the referee, and we're going to mark that up. 30-20. We got a timeout on the floor by Stilwell. We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and bring it back in live. We've got 21 seconds left on this timeout, but we're going to go ahead and bring it in. Clint Davis and Michael Mendoza, Arklahomepage basketball. Stilwell, Oklahoma tonight. Beautiful drive up here. Sun was out, and so were the clouds. And that's about all you need in life anymore. And so we're going to have the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs with a chance to put one extra point in. 32-20 is your score. Maddie Chambers before the break got fouled on a layup of sorts, and there is her free throw after her 2 points in. It's a successful three-point conversion. You got to love that.
3 the hard way.
That's right, but we'll take it. Oh! A little, I call that an Oreo basket right there. We had 2 hands on the ball. And that's not what we're supposed to do there. We're not supposed to sandwich the basketball, just dribble it with one hand and we'll be fine. And we've got Paige Hughes out of bounds, inbound, pass to Hannah Boyette. Hannah over to the right side. Pass down low to Mays off the glass. That was beautiful basketball. So 2 more points in for the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, 35-20, 15-point lead for Muldrow now. I was talking to Jonathan Moore at halftime. He said, how the girls playing? And I said, it's not looking good right now. They're going to have to come out a little bit stronger in the second half, and that's exactly what they've done. They've turned a 4-point lead into a 15-point lead.
Shooting 5 for 5.
5 for 5. You got to love that. Hannah Boyette. Down low to Taylon Collins across the court. Taylon misses but gets her own rebound and goes back up for another shot. That is no good. Taylon Collins is struggling in this ball game.
The stat line on that is, up to that last shot there, was 5 for 5 with 0 turnovers, where Stilwell is 0 for 0 with 5 turnovers.
Oh.
There you go, ladies.
That's how you turn the ball game around, and that's what Coach Armour is trying to stress the later we go in the season. Taylon Collins with a missed free throw.
They're missing these give-me's, man.
Give-me's. Way too many people missing too many give-me's out here. 5.5 left on the clock, third quarter, 35-20. Taylon Collins trying to make it a 16-point lead, and she cannot. That is 0 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line. And Stilwell bringing the ball back down the floor. Maddie Chambers eyeball on that basketball, and now the ball is up into the front court, almost picked off by Taylon Collins. That ball goes out of bounds. And that's good hustle. These Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, they do not want to give the other team too many possessions.
Got number 2 for the Lady Indian, taking it out.
That's going to be Mink. And she's trying to get it in now.
That's a turnover for Stilwell. What? I'm literally standing right on top of this play. Minks throws it into her. Muldrow knocks it out of her hand. The girl dribbles it out of bounds, and they call it white ball.
Insane. Well, hey, I told you the ovens are on and warm for this home cooking. And Stilwell's got the basketball back now. He almost had a lost ball there. And over on the left side of the wing now with a drive and picked off. Taylon Collins sweats the ball down, and there is Hannah Boyette over to Maddie Chambers. Maddie couldn't hang on to the ball. It was a pass over her head. She tried to save it into Taylon Collins, and that went out of bounds, so that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah.
And 4:53 left in the third quarter.
Boy, they're just swarming to the ball.
They do. That's what they're trained to do. They love it. And there's a shot for three by Stilwell. No good. Rebound, Paige Hughes.
That was a quick release, but it still wasn't quick enough.
Yeah. And Hannah Boyette. Oh, I thought she was going to take that. Down to Chaylin Mays. Shot up good for two. And Hannah Boyette with another assist. That's 3 in a row. 2 to Mays and 1 to Collins. No, Collins didn't hit that shot down there. So that's going to be 2 assists just right here back-to-back in the third quarter for Hannah.
They can't. You got a fan saying, go score.
Yeah.
They can't.
It's hard. There is a 2-point shot in and good. 22-37 now is your score. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs on top. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. And we have not seen as much depth from the bench as we normally do. There's Maddie Chambers down to Taylon Collins. Down low. Shot up. No good. And a rebound by Stilwell.
That was a beautiful pass there.
Yeah, it was a good-looking deal. And Stilwell with the ball now, top of the key. They're going to try to drive in. Top of the key back. Now they're going to kick it back out and reset the offense. And they're trying to drive. Maddie Chambers not letting anybody inside. And Stilwell, boy, this is where you want a shot clock.
Yeah.
Over on the left-hand side, pass down low, picked off by Chaylin Mays, and Chaylin's going to bring it up, left-handed dribbles, and that's going to be over to number 3, Paige Hughes.
She hands her the ball and says, here you go.
There you go. Hannah Boyette for 3. That is off the mark. Chaylin Mays with the rebound, and it gets knocked away. There's another turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. 2:52 left in the third quarter, 37-22. Oh, boy, there's a 3-point shot by Stilwell in and good. And 37-25 is your score now. Maddie Chambers drives and kicks it out to Taylon. Taylon drives and puts up a shot, no good, way off the mark. And Stilwell with the basketball again. And Chaylin Mays comes up with a loose ball and gives it up to Chambers. Maddie drives. And they're going to call Maddie with the charge.
Wow.
Didn't look like it to me, but God.
The lady that was on the receiving end of that charge was down there doing the cha-cha slide.
It's not good. That's not good. 2:19 left. Stilwell with the ball again. They're going to have it, bringing it up the court. You can tell these Lady Bulldogs are upset. There's a pass back, top of the key. And she's trying to drive. That's going to be Mink. She's going to pass it down low. There's a turnaround. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Mariah Jenkins. And Mariah is going to get fouled, I believe, by number 33. That's Sydney Chaplin.
This game's starting to get a little chippy.
I mean, it is. It's starting to remind me of a Roland Muldrow game, which we got one of those coming up again, too. So we're going to have Hannah Boyette out of bounds here. Pass into Chelsea Possitt. Chelsea bringing the ball up the floor. And down to Jenkins, over to Boyette. Shot for 3. No good. And Jenkins with a rebound. Back to Boyette. Gets swatted out of bounds. And that's going to stay Muldrow basketball. 1:46 left in this third quarter. 37-25 is your score. We've got a ton of people listening live. We want to say thank you to each and every one of you people out there, whether you're family or not. Shot for 3, Maddie Chambers. That's no good. Stilwell with the rebound. And there's more full court pressure. That's going to be tipped by Stilwell and out of bounds. And you can tell the coach wanted that one back. No mulligans in basketball. We're going to have Maddie Chambers out of bounds. She's going to inbound pass to Chelsea Possitt. Chelsea's going to bring the ball up now, top of the key over to the right-hand side. And Chambers down to Collins. Collins skip pass over to Possitt. Possitt looking around. Hannah Boyette in the corner. Hannah looking top of the post. Nope. She's going to give it over the three-point line. And there's Mariah Jenkins with the ball over on the three-point line on the right side. And a picked off pass. Another turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. Three-point shot by Mink. No good. And we're going to have it looks like another foul on 33. That's going to be Sydney Chaplin. She's going to have another foul in this ball game. And the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs are going to bring the ball up the floor now. Chelsea Passage with it. Down to Hannah Boyette. Oh, good look. No look pass down to Taylon Collins. 2 points in up off the glass. That faked me out. 39-25. We're under a minute left in the third quarter. 52 seconds left and ticking. And Stilwell with the basketball. They're over here on their right-hand side. Back to the top of the key now. And a drive to the inside. We're going to have a foul on the floor. That's probably going to be on Maddie Chambers. And it is 2-3 red. And then we're going to see Alicia McCloria come back into the ball game with Chaylin Mays. And then we're going to see Taylon Collins come out and Maddie Chambers come out of the ball game. So you've got Mays, Passage, Boyette, Jenkins, and McCloria. And there's a shot for three. No good by Stilwell. Rebound Chaylin Mays. Hannah Boyette bringing the ball up the floor. Muldrow getting lucky on some of these shots here by Stilwell. Hannah Boyette with the ball, top of the key. Pass over to the right side. Passage, 22 seconds left in the third quarter. I'm pretty sure Muldrow wants the last shot of sorts. Any way they can get it. I'm just hoping it's not another turnover. Pass over to Jenkins. That was a high pass. That could have gone out of bounds. 5 seconds left. Passage got to do something with it. Boyette in the corner. Shot for three. Good! At the buzzer. That's a beautiful shot, Hannah Boyette. 3 more points in for your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs. 42-25 is where we're going to take it at the end of the third. With a break, we'll be back for fourth quarter action on Arklahomepage.com. Then we're going to go ahead and bring it back in live. Clint Davis and Michael Mendoza. This is Arklahomepage.com. Please visit our website. We have ads from a lot of great sponsors on there, and you can click back to those. Sorry about the buzzer, but you can click those ads and they'll go straight back to the business. You can set up appointments with people who take appointments, or you can check out the home listings on o'neillrealestate.com. Make sure you give Liz Moffitt a call for that. I want to say another big thank you to Liz. And we've got basketball fixing to go down. 8 minutes fresh on the clock. Fourth quarter, 42-25 is your score. Muldrow Lady Bulldogs up. Hannah Boyette with the rock. She is dribbling that sucker up to the top of the key over to the right-hand side to Chelsea Passage. And Chaylin Mays is going to get – oh, boy, that could have hurt Chelsea bad. That could have been bad, bad news. I'm glad she's okay. If Chelsea had tried to stay up with that she would have had ripped her knee up on that.
Yeah, both of them.
That was a bad fall. And when you've got a body landing on your knee, that's – makes me hurt thinking about it. Hannah Boyette with the inbound pass over to Jenkins. And the Lady Bulldogs with a decent lead, but I'm going to tell you, this game could change. There's a no-look pass down to Chaylin Mays and a shot up no good. Lady Bulldogs getting butchered under the basket. Nobody blowing any whistles. And McCloria getting that hand in there. And we've got a shot under the basket blocked by Hannah Boyette, but they're going to call her with a foul anyway because that's what they do. There you go. There's confirmation from the score clock. That's what we were waiting on, validation. Here is a free throw coming up here by Stilwell. And that is good. And as long as we're shooting down on this end, I have a feeling a lot of people are staring at us right now up here on this crow's nest. We're standing up here by the scoreboard. Anytime anybody looks, you get a fresh face full of Clint Davis and Michael Mendoza.
But at least this haircut and beard trim is brought to you
Haircut
by
and beard trim. Stephen Doe at the official Primetime Barbershop. You can't go wrong. And there's a shot up. And no good. Rebound by Mariah Jenkins. Mariah got some air on that one. And a skip pass over to Hannah Boyette, over to Passage now. Chaylin moving around on the high post. And ball back to Passage between Boyette and Passage. Back over to Hannah Boyette. And we're trying to get somebody open down low. There's McCloria moving back around. McCloria got to set some picks of her own. And the ball over back to the right side. Down to McCloria. She got open, and there's the ball back to Passage. Right-hand side. Pass down low to Chaylin Mays. And, boy, they're finally going to call a foul down there. That's a beautiful thing. Chaylin Mays was interfered with on catching that pass. And so that's going to be on number 5. It's Julia Bruner with another foul. Here's the inbound pass now. Hannah Boyette over to Passage on the left-hand side. And a pass back over to the right-hand side. Mariah Jenkins with it now. Back to McCloria and Boyette with a floater up and good. 2 points in, Muldrow Lady Bulldogs. And an 18-point lead, 44-26, 6:15 left in this basketball game. Lady Bulldogs trying to cruise to another win on this undefeated season. And there's a shot blocked by Hannah Boyette. And another shot up under the basket, no good. Rebounded by Stilwell. And a shot up, no good by Stilwell. Chaylin Mays with the rebound. And Chaylin's going to have to kick it to somebody. And it looks like we're going to have.
Is he saying what?
God bless America. He's going to call that on Chaylin?
Wow. Did he?
That's a horrible call.
Did he give her a technical?
It looked like he did. Maybe they called a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with him. We'll be right back. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring it back in live. I don't know. Maybe they just called the timeout. Coach Armour's still chewing ass on that referee. I would be doing the exact same thing. That's one of the worst calls I've ever seen. We had a rebound under the basket by Chaylin Mays, and she was getting slapped and hacked by everybody around town, and they called Chaylin with a foul. Now there's a good makeup call. There's a travel on Stilwell, so Muldrow going to get the ball back here. 5:53 left in the ball game. 44-26. That's your score.
That was an IOUA call.
Man, that was awful. There's Hannah Boyette with another jump shot. Good for two. Hannah Boyette lighting it up for her 20th point tonight. Hannah Boyette's got 20 on the board out of 46. And 46-26, that's your score. And Stilwell going to kick it out to the three-point line with a shot up blocked.
I'm pretty sure my mic picked that up.
Hannah Boyette with a nasty block. That was a three-point shot, slapped out of bounds.
That's her fourth block of the night, just so you know.
Golly. She's tearing it up. Here is Hannah Boyette. Oh, they're going to get another travel. Yeah, Hannah moved out to the left side and started to play defense on somebody else, and then the lady with the ball decided to take too many steps. So here comes Chelsea Passage up to the floor for the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, and she's going to give it up back to Hannah. Hannah dribbling right, and a pass down to Chaylin Mays. Could not be hung on to. And that is out of bounds. Another turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. Got to get those passes lower, I think, maybe. And we could bring them down a little bit.
I think Boyette was just having fun on that one, though, because she kind of looked away as she threw it.
I think so. I think so.
She realizes there's 5 minutes left. It's 46-26.
Yeah. And we're going to have Mays and Hannah Boyette and Mariah Jenkins come out of the basketball game. We're going to see Taylon Collins and Maddie Chambers come back in. Paige Hughes also in with Chelsea Passage and Alicia McCloria. And Bruner trying to do something with it. There's Mink with a shot for three, and that's way off. Taylon Collins with the rebound. And Taylon's going to take it up the floor by herself. Left-handed layup in and good. She looked like Dr. J on that one. That was beautiful basketball. And Stilwell bringing the ball up the floor now. And pass back up to Mink, top of the key, back over to the left side. And they're going to start looking for more three-point shots. There's an inside pass picked off by Maddie Chambers. And they got a whistle. It's Kinley Soap, number 22, for Stilwell with the foul.
Should be 1-1.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you concur?
I concur. Yep, Stilwell, 17 fouls. That's Maddie Chambers going to the line. 48-26, Lady Bulldogs already got this one sealed up. There's 1 point in and good, 49-26 now. I'll tell you what, Mike, when this game started, it could have been anybody's ball game, and then the Lady Bulldogs came out in the second half and said, nope, it's our ball game.
Coach Armour took them back in halftime and said, girls, we're not going to play this way. We are not going to come into Stilwell and lose our first game of the year.
I mean, look, we're almost halfway through the fourth quarter, and Stilwell has only put 6 points on the board for this half.
There you go.
So, I mean, that speaks to the Muldrow defense. They're shutting Stilwell's offense down. There is a shot for three, and that is good, but she was wide open on that one. And 50-29 is your score. 21-point lead for your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs with 4:10 left in the ball game. Madison Chambers over on the right-hand side. She's going to move the ball around top of the key back over to Paige Hughes. And Paige is going to dish it off to McCloria. McCloria stops, and there's going to be a bounce pass off of somebody's ankles. And another turnover for Muldrow. Stilwell getting under the basket.
Wow.
And we're going to have a foul on Paige Hughes. Coach Armour just drinking water, shaking her head, saying, doesn't surprise me. Coach Armour getting vocal for the first time tonight. And over on the right-hand side is the basketball. Stilwell trying to work it around the perimeter. And there it is on the left wing now. She's going to drive it back in. Shot from the elbow is good. 2 more points in for Stilwell. Too little too late, however. And it's 50-31, 19-point lead. And there is Paige Hughes over to Passage. Down low to Collins.
That was Stilwell's first field goal of the quarter.
That's insane. I guess the Stilwell's put 11 points up now. So that's a 5-point run for Stilwell. Not bad. 50-31, 3:27 left in the ball game. Somebody's got the cowbell down here. What is this? That's referee. He looks like one of the Backstreet Boys.
I knew that was coming.
What?
Artificial noisemakers. Get the cowbell out of here.
Oh, my gosh. This guy's 15 years old, the referee. Why didn't he like cowbell?
He was probably beat with one as a kid.
Taylor Collins. Make a phone call on that one. Stillwell coming back down. You get beat down with a cowbell. We got a timeout, Stillwell. We're going to get beat by a cowbell, and we'll be right back. All right, we're going to bring it back in live on Arklahomepage.com. We've got, here comes the buzzer. There it is. We got 3:19 left in this basketball game on Arklahomepage.com. It's Muldrow Lady Bulldogs doing what they do best, racking up the W's. Here we've got 5 seconds before the pass, and it's going to be another turnover for the Stilwell Lady Indians as we heal up from our cowbell wounds, and we're going to have an inbound pass now from Maddie Chambers into Chelsea Passage. And Chelsea Passage is going to give it up to Talon, back over to Passage, back to McCloria. Paige Hughes on the left-hand side, not trying to get too fancy, and there's a pass down low. And back out to Talon, back out to Paige Hughes. And Passage with it on the right wing. Back to Hughes. They're just kind of passing the ball around. Good ball movement right now, trying not to turn it over. And Maddie Chambers back to Passage. They've got a wide open lane in certain times. There's a shot by Chambers, no good. Put back by Collins is. And that's going to equal, it's I think about a 21-point lead here for the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs. We're going to have one shot for Talon Collins. We're going to see Maddie Reeves come into the ball game for Maddie Chambers. And then we're going to have Mariah Jenkins and Lily Vega, Hannah Boyette, and Talon Collins in the ball game. We got Chambers, Passage, McCloria, Hughes going to the bench. And here comes Talon, shot up, good from the free throw line. So Talon getting comfortable here in the fourth quarter. And right as soon as she does, she's going out of the ball game. Erica Jenkins coming in. So we've got Jenkins times 2, Lily Vega, Hannah Boyette, and the 6'3" Maddie Reeves in the ball game.
Haven't seen a lot of her tonight.
Nope. It's it's been a stressful ball game, and Coach Armour has relied a lot on the first 7 or 8 people. And now we're starting to see a little bit more of that depth. There is a rebound by Lily Vega after a shot no good by Stilwell. Deuces on the board, 2:22 left, clock ticking.
That girl that was driving, she went in and she did a rainbow motion, and the ref just looked at her and said, no, you're okay. You're at home.
There's a pass out from Vega to Boyette. Jump shot in and good. Hannah is killing it tonight. She's got 22 points on the board. Only 2 fouls in the entire ball game. And
4 blocks.
that's a beautiful thing. We've only got 2 people on the floor for Muldrow with points. That's going to be Mariah Jenkins and Hannah Boyette. We've got 2 more points in here for Stilwell, and it's a 22-point ball game, 55-33, 140 left in it. And Jenkins over to Boyette, over to Mariah Jenkins. It came from Erica. And Mariah going back top of the key, pass over to Boyette. Down low to Lily Vega, goes over her head, another turnover Boyette. And we've got a minute and a half left in this basketball game. Clock ticking. Stilwell with the basketball top of the key now. They're going to try to do something with it. Top of the key again. And Stilwell's going to lose it. And Muldrow bringing the ball up. There's a bounce pass up to Erica Jenkins. Not going to work. Another turnover for Hannah Boyette. And 1:07 left in this basketball game. Stilwell's got the ball, 55-33. And we are at the 1-minute mark. Clock ticking. Moving fast. Pass over to the left corner and a drive to the inside. And there is a lot of ball movement for Stilwell. And a pass picked off. That's going to be the Jenkins sisters go down for that one. I can tell you one thing. You don't want to be on the opposite end of a Jenkins tie-up. And they're going to go ahead and let Stilwell keep the basketball. That's going to be Mink out of bounds, and she is going to pass the ball in. There's a jump shot, good for 2. And 55-33 is your score. We've got 39 seconds left in this basketball game. Your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs rolling. We want to say another thank you again to Precision Paintworks in Muldrow, also the official primetime barbershop in Fort Smith, and Mazzio's Pizza, home of the Tuesday night buffet. Also another thank you to Boyette Farms for our halftime show presentation. I want to say thank you to the Boyette family for everything they do for us. And if you're going to stay online with us, we're going to be back for the boys game. 10 seconds left in this one. We're going to take a break and talk about some post-game stats. And then we will be back with the boys. So with a second left on the board, that's over. And your Muldrow Lady Bulldogs win it by 20, 55-35 over the Stilwell Lady Indians. We're going to take a quick break on Arklahomepage.com, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're going to bring you back in live again one last time for this girls basketball game. And we've got 11:45 left on the clock in between games. We've got post-game stats presented by Boyette Farms right before we head into boys action. The Muldrow Bulldogs getting ready down below us. Michael, what do you got for stats?
Turnovers was a big key in this game to start out, to all the way through halftime. Then it started going Muldrow's ways. Still ended up with 22 turnovers tonight. And the Lady Bulldogs, not much better. They had 20. Got to get better on that. If we don't, That's
been the theme of the season. It's like every time we turn around, we're talking about turnovers for the Muldrow Lady Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Now, they only had 5 there in the last fourth quarter. In the third quarter alone, turnovers. They had 2. It was the first half that killed them.
First
7
half was
turnovers
bad.
in the first quarter, 6 in the second.
Yep.
Just total devastation. Altogether, though, the Lady Bulldogs ended up shooting 53% from the field goal range. Not shabby at all. Whereas Stilwell, again, lived and died by the 3.
They had to. It was their only hope for this game. Stilwell, they're good, but they don't have an inside game. They just don't. They've got 2 girls who are 5'10", and they've got Julia Bruner, and she knows how to throw her weight around a little bit.
Yes.
But they don't have. Muldrow's got 2 girls 6'3". We've got another couple girls who are well above 5'10", 5'11". I don't know how tall they are, but you got to have an inside game. So, if you don't, you got to take those threes, and that's exactly what Stilwell had to do.
Well, they didn't take a lot of field goals, but they didn't shoot that great either. Only 31%. Stilwell from behind the three-point line, numbered amount. Sorry, I was looking for the word there. couldn't think of it. They took a whole lot of 3 points and only shot 25% on them.
Yeah.
So they
you
missed
can't do that.
75%.
You can't do that. I mean, it'd be great if you could make 75, but missing 75 is not going to win a ball game.
Your Lady Bulldogs went 44% from behind the three-point line. Now, here's where it gets interesting at because we kept talking about the free throws.
Yes.
Stilwell shot 60% from the free throw line. The Muldrow Lady Bulldogs, 45%.
Wow. To me, it looked like the numbers were reversed. I guess I just wasn't watching how poorly we were shooting from that line.
Collins missed quite a bit of free throws tonight. Not to single her out alone because they all missed, obviously, quite a bit, but Collins seemed to be the one that was at the line the most.
Look, Taylor struggled tonight, man. She struggled passes, catching passes, shots. I mean, there was just a lot of pressure on her.
But that's okay, though, because Boyette stepped up big time. Had
Oh,
4
gosh.
blocks, 22 points.
22
2
points on the
assists.
night. Yeah, Hannah Boyette killed it. I wish we had snow cone tickets to pass out. Hannah would get one for this game.
Which Collins still ended the night with 16 points.
That's pretty decent. That's good.
And then Livers for Stilwell was the top scorer with 12 points, and then Sonny second best with only 10 points. And that's going to do it for the stats for me tonight for the girls' game.
So we want to say thank you one more time to Boyette Farms and for our post-game stats there. Thanks, Michael, for hammering that out for us. We are going to take another break, and we're going to listen to a little music, and we'll be right back on arklahomepage.com.